Hi, my name is Zach. I live in Kansas City and I work with a local solar company called Helio Green Tech. And we service a lot of Evergy customers who are reaching out right now and trying to learn a little bit more about the rate increase, what they can do to avoid some of the pain points of this new increase, which was actually pretty significant. I want to talk about the history of the rate increases because I also think that that's significant because I believe that what we've seen is actually some of the most aggressive price changes in the country, and we used to have some of the most affordable power, but now over a very short period of time we've become on par with some of the most expensive states in the country here in 2025. So it says since 2017 total rates in Missouri rose 6.5%, and this was that they had rolled out asking for a rate increase last time. And now if you go to Evergy's website, talking about a 13.42 rate increase that they were asking for in 2024. The question is that people have is, did that pass? And so if you go to Missouri.gov and you find a request for a rate increase, or what they call a tariff revision, did pass. That went through and it is effective, passed right at the end there, and went into effect January 1st, 2025. Right after Missouri rolled out the default time-based plan, the summer peak time-based plan, the nights and weekends plan, and the nights and weekends max plan. Where most people got put on is this default time plan. For most people, that made the most sense, but it was also the biggest price difference of about 20% from the previous year, from 2023 till 2024. It was a pretty big jump, and now we just saw a 13% increase. Some people have a swing as high as this much. You didn't see on here prices up until pretty recently. So it got as low as 9 cents, but during certain times of the year in the summer, for 5 days a week, for 4 hours a day, for 4 months out of the year, 6 months out of the year, you can be paying as high as 35 cents a kilowatt hour and as low as 5 cents a kilowatt hour. Comparing that to the default time-based plan, you go to Evergy's website, you'll see this right here. It doesn't actually say what that number is. Just know that you get a 1 cent credit here, 1 cent, a quarter of a cent, all the way up to a cent higher, depending on the time of year. But for the most part, it was pretty level. More information, you can check out our website, and it has an article that breaks down what is the time of use pricing and how does that affect people. What are some ways to avoid some of the expenses? If you go to Evergy's website, obviously they talk about trying to make a behavioral change, reducing the energy consumption. And that's great, but a lot of times people right now today are buying an EV, or they're investing in their home, doing everything that they can to help pull down that energy cost through home improvements like new windows, or energy efficiencies such as making sure the home is sealed up, or that the attic is insulated properly. And all of those are really great, but there's only so much that we can do. So a lot of people are looking into making the switch for solar and finding out if it's better priced than the alternative. And what surprises a lot of people is that actually by going solar, through financing your solar panels, you actually could pay less than what you are paying right now today. And what we're looking at right now is this is somebody who's got an electric bill today. That's year one that we're looking at. The blue graph right here shows what they're paying by not going solar. The green line, if you qualify for solar, you have a good home. We don't need to do a lot of electrical upgrades or some roof replacements. There's not trees that we need to cut down. If you've got a good southern facing roof, or even east-west facing with good sun exposure, you could be looking at a home where you're paying less by financing your solar panel payments rather than the alternative. So not only do you get to save money that first year, but every time Evergy raises their rates next time, you don't have to worry as much about that rate increase. And this is something that could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. For this particular customer, they're looking at saving about $53,000 by having an avoided cost, get offset by their solar system. And this isn't even paying 100%. This is about 50% of their power coming from the sun. Is still putting about an estimated $53,000 back into their pocket. To find out what you could save, reach out and get a free quote today and find out if solar would be a good fit for you. Thanks very much.